Remember when I was dating that one person and...
Remember when I was dating that one person? Dude, we all got one of those, huh? Just kidding. I'm just kidding.
That one's for TikTok.
Disclaimer.
Trigger warning.
There's going to be injuries.
And talk of injuries.
Yeah, so if you're triggered, skip this episode.
Photos of x-rays, possibly videos of people falling.
Yeah. If you don't want to see any of that, we are going to give you a little warning right beforehand, so just maybe fast forward 10 seconds.
Yeah, if you're woozy and quoozy, just skip it a doozy.
Yeah, because I know I fall in that category, and I will be skipping it if I have to watch it. Do you remember when Michelle threw that Halloween party? Was it 2020? I want to say it was 2020, 2021. It was, yeah.
How could I forget? That's when I dropped in Vert for the first and only time ever.
That's right. Okay, so Michelle, like, had invited, like, local skaters up to their place in, called the Estro Den up in Paso Robles. And if you haven't seen the Estro Den,
magical.
Like, you go down this ranch, beautiful view, and as you're coming down, you see the string lights.
And the donkeys.
And, yeah, you see the donkeys and the minute, what is a pony, and they had chickens. Anyways, they had animals. And as you're coming down, there's, like, an outdoor cement, like, kind of like street kind of transition obstacles. And then you go past the house, and behind the house, there's a vert ramp that is 10 and a half, or is it 12? No,
I'm not sure, but it's a smaller vert ramp. Like,
Yeah.
it's a very, like, welcoming vert ramp. Like, the best one I've been on, that's for someone that doesn't really do vert.
Yeah, I think it's modeled after the outdoor vans.
Yeah, it's pretty nice.
So
and then there's, like, a mini ramp that is, like, a circle bowl with diamond coping.
Oh, my God.
And it's just a dream to skate.
And, yeah, now she has a trampoline, too, like, and places to stay. But at the time, you were staying, like, camping. So
we had our tents.
Yeah, I think there was a few rooms in the house, but everyone else had tents. So I just remember
up the hill at a pump track.
Yeah, we all, like, put our tents. If I have any photos, I'll share. But I just remember, like, we had an 8-person tent, and there was, like, 10 people in there. It was funny.
We're hooting and tooting.
Yeah.
You're gonna steam me in there.
Yeah. No, I remember, like, waking up the next morning and, like, it's just kind of, like, foggy and misty when you're in Paso Robles, like, early in the morning. And the trees are so special out there.
Through the mountain.
Like, the vibe there is just so peaceful. And I just remember when we all sat in front of Michelle's place, and then we were all just sipping on coffee and just, like, talking about what a great time it was. Like, if I can remember some of the costumes that everyone was wearing, I remember I was, like, one of the cone heads, Kayla and Tony. You were those two dudes. You had, like, the mullet.
Which one did we dress up? Oh, Wayne and Garth.
There you go. Yeah. And Michelle was, like, a
Tony
bat
was
vampire.
Ivy was the Flintstones character.
Yeah. Owie was the big comfy couch.
Emily was there too.
Yeah. Dressed as a clown.
Of course.
Swampy was there. Kate was there. She was dressed up as, like, a fisherman with her dog was a lobster.
I love it.
Alex went there as well. She was a Sailor Moon, I think.
Brian went. He brought the vegan cheeses.
Yeah, and he was Moxi Bot. But
as always.
Yeah. It was just, like, such a cool time. Like, it was just, like, bringing Long Beach up to Paso Robles. Like, Long Beach, LA area. We had friends from Slow that also met up. And, like, it was just a crazy time. Remember, like, there was, like, fire being, like, thrown under
they did the rail, and then Tony made it into the Dog Days magazine.
That's right.
And I was like,
Tony,
I remember I opened Dog Days, and it's, like, a big picture of him, like, on the fire rail. And I was like,
yeah, dude.
Tell me how Tony gets in Dog Days, and I've never been.
Yeah, Tony was rocking
I was being a hater. But
yeah, that was awesome. It was quite the moment. Yeah, if you haven't checked it out, we'll put the video up so you can check out. And yeah, maybe if you have a really cool Halloween party and you have some ramps, let us know. We'd love to crash it.
Yes, dropping in the Vert, I'll never forget, like, everyone was watching. Like, all those people she just talked about, like, were watching me try to like work up the nerves to like drop in. And I remember Ivy and Michelle specifically were like, you can do it. And like Michelle was like throwing out tips, you know, to me. And I was like, I have to, like, I can't not do it right now. Like everyone's like waiting and like, I can't just like puss out, you know, like. So I did it. Though. I did it. I landed it. I rolled away. And then I never did it again.
I definitely want to learn how to do that. It's just like, yeah, that vert wall. And like, I've seen people fucking literally land on their face. So, you know, I actually just saw Molly share something on her story about like, how every time that you're going for a trick, like your mind automatically thinks the worst case
I saw her
scenario.
story on that too. And that is like, literally me.
Every time, dude. Now, especially after my
injury.
I
feel like that's why I don't get hurt that often is because anytime I have a trick I want to do, the first thing is like that flashes in my mind is all the ways I could fall, everything that could go wrong. And so I'm like, how can I prevent these scenarios? And usually the answer is by not hesitating.
Yeah, honestly, that's how
like that's
I
typically myself. Yeah, typically the problem is hesitation.
Yeah.
But yeah, I saw her story and I totally related to that. I was like, yeah. Every now and then I'll think of the worst case scenarios and I'll just be like, you know what? Not today.
Yeah. All right, Kayla. Do you remember your first skate injury? Like, have you had a first like skate injury? What was it?
I've had a few. I think my very first one was my tailbone.
Oh.
I was just in a bowl at Anthem in Vegas, and I just, like, was trying to carve over a hip forward, and I just, like, lost my...
Dude.
And I literally bounced on the cement, and you could see me, like, bounce off. Like, I hit so hard. And my tailbone was, like, fractured for, like, 6-8 months. Like, it took forever to heal. And
dude, you can't cough, sneeze, laugh, nothing.
It was horrible. And then after that, I dislocated my shoulder when I was out at Rockahula Water Park. It's in the middle of nowhere, 2 hours from Vegas in the desert. It's like an abandoned water park that people like to go. And we went to there to skate, and we were like filming a documentary at the time. And I was doing something so simple, like funny. It's funny because looking back, you know, it's like
I
was going down this little water slide and then trying to do like a 180 off it. That's it, like just a 180 jump off something, and it was just like I landed like, and I was in the middle of nowhere and I was freaking out. One thing about me is I freak out, and so I was like panicking, and I just had to push it back in, and it popped back in. And then I left early, and I pull out, and I'm on my way back to Vegas, driving with my left hand, because my right one's all like...
Wait, you were by yourself driving?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, because I needed to leave, and everyone else was still in the middle, because I was like, I need to go, I need to get home. And as I'm leaving, I see a semi-truck just tip over off the, like, highway, like, in my rearview mirror. And I'm just
rear view. Okay, cool.
Like, as I was, like, right after I passed them, they, like, went off.
So everyone that was at Rockahula
got stuck forever because of all the traffic from the semi.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Dude, you getting injured at least it was the perfect timing.
I know. I was like, well, at least I got out of there.
Yeah.
And then my third and fourth injuries were both my chin.
That's right. I was there for one of those.
Yeah. Evelyn was there for my second chin.
Dude, I literally took the shirt off my back and was like, give this to Kayla. I can't see the blood, but just give it to her. And
that one was really hard for me because I was drinking at the time, and I think I was drunk when that happened, and I thought I lost all my teeth, but really I just cut my chin.
Dude, yeah, it was. Be careful on those.
Don't drink and skate, you guys. Seriously, don't do it.
Dude, I see it all the time, and I'm just saying, man, like
it's not worth it.
I have
cracked my head before too, and like had blood from my head when I was drinking. Just kept skating.
It's because you don't.
This might not be Moxi appropriate, but
I mean, honestly, like
it's a good lesson to learn, though.
Yeah, definitely. Like I honestly have only had like a few minor injuries, and then just like my most recent injury. Like I remember the first time that I went to like a skate park, I really wanted to go down a freaking quarter pipe, and I had no idea how to drop in. Like, mind you, no idea. But I was just like, I got this. I've seen videos. Like, I'm just going to roll down. Literally tried it 3 times and scraped my butt, I think, like, 2 times in a row. And it was so raw because, mind you, I was also wearing freaking shorts, which I don't recommend if you're learning how to skate. Like, once you're comfortable, by all means, you can do whatever you want, but you're going to be sacrificing some skin for the first couple sessions if you are in shorts or a skirt or anything. But, yeah, I just remember, like, oh, this is fine. Like, the adrenaline's, like, going, so you don't really feel it. And then finally, like, it starts to really burn, and you're like, I can't sit down. Like, even trying to, like, sitting down, whether it's on a chair or the toilet, like, you have scabs that are, like, breaking every time you're sitting. Yeah,
I remember that.
Yeah, anyways.
I've had that.
Yeah, I think we've all probably had a raspberry.
I've learned so much, though, from every injury, I feel like.
Yeah.
Like, every injury that's caused me pain, significant pain, it's like, I could have thought of something typically to have prevented it. I think, like, maybe take it a little slower, or not be drinking alcohol, or, you know, don't rush yourself. Sometimes you have to take a minute to stop, breathe, think something over. You know, if you do have a little fear, sometimes you have to, like, yield to that and find out, like, why am I fearful? Why do I have this fear? It's what Michelle always says. It's probably because you still have more to learn. And I think that is a really great thing to remember, because you know, progress is so much more fun when you're not getting hurt.
Yeah, I mean, okay, so on top of what Kayla said, you have to be mindful of that. But what really, like, caused me to have my major injury, which is fully dislocating my elbow, which if you want to see, we can submit a photo really quick right here. Just make it real quick. Yeah, and how gnarly that was. I knew... It wasn't that I was even hesitating. It was literally I was tired. We had just done X Games and Quad Cup, and it happened to be, like, all on the same weekend. I had homies that were in town, and I just remember, like...
You were stoked.
Yeah, like, mind you, I did not skate at the X Games or Quad Cup. I was just working the events with Moxi. But I was drained. Like, these events are, like, 8 to 12 hours long, usually. And so I just remember, like, I was like, okay, we had our day off on Monday. Tuesday, I'm like, that's it. My turn to skate. I'm so stoked. Let's go. And I had just gotten my, like, new skates. I've skated them one other time before that. So that is also something. If you have a brand new pair of skates,
take it easy.
Take it easy. Even though, like, okay, so new skates, being really tired, I went to, like, go pump in a bowl, completely comfortable. I was just telling my friend, Jaquan, like, hey, I just, like, really want to get better at rails. Like, I've been hitting this rail, and it's really, like, it's coming really easy. I did it a few times. I'm like, you know what, I'm going to practice, like, transitioning out of it. I was doing that. And then all it took, like you said, that 1 ounce of hesitation, and it was literally because I knew I was getting tired.
Yeah.
And so I just remember, like, bailing out of it, but in my head I knew I was going to bail out of it, and it's like I remember, like, throwing my hands out, and then as I fell, because of the speed I was coming at an angle, my hands fell down, and as soon as my elbow hit the floor, it just, like, popped out. Like, it was, like, almost like you cracking your fingers. Like, it didn't hurt, but in that moment, I just, like, felt like something was weird, and I was like, and, like, there was another homie there on skates. He, like, had seen me fall, and he's like, you okay? And I was like, no, it's dislocated. And I think he, like, told Jaquan. And Jaquan, mind you, he was, like, exhausted because he did skate at Quad Cup and X Games.
Dude, Jaquan's the homie for
so
sure.
So much. Like, yeah, like, and so Jaquan comes over and he, like, helps me take my skates off and my knee pads. And I'm just, like, literally laying there because I know for a fact that if I probably would have seen my elbow, I would have passed out. I pass out very easily. So I was just laying there, like, making sure that the blood was circulating to my head so I didn't pass out. And I just told Jaquan, like, hey, don't worry, like, I had my Kaiser card on my phone already and everything, so I was like, Kaiser's, like, 15 minutes away, it's the closest hospital, can you just drive me there? And, yeah, that was gnarly. Like, I just remember the doctors having to pop them back in because both bones were out of place, and that was, like, so painful, even with medication. So, yeah, whether it's a new setup, you're tired, you're hesitating, you're not ready for the trick, like, be mindful. This is why, like, Kayla's saying, like, even drinking, like, really being connected to your body will save you. Like, I knew deep down inside I was tired. Yeah. And sometimes there's, like, a slippery slope, though, with, like, warming up. You're like, I think I just need to warm up.
Yeah, but also, like, it is important, too, not to be too hard on yourself, like, after you get an injury. because I do know you're gonna, like, most people blame themselves. What could I have done? God, I'm so mad at myself for, like, getting hurt, because we think about it and we know what we did wrong, or like what we could have fixed, but it happens. Like, it's gonna happen.
Yeah. Well, the crazy part is I feel like the way that I've bailed out of this, like, rails in general. Like, my doctor thought I like locked my elbow, but I did not lock the elbow.
It's like a freak accident.
Yeah, so it really, like, scares me now to catch myself. But I think, honestly, I haven't gotten to the skate park yet. I've only been beach skating, so I think once I do hit that skate park, it'll calm some nerves. I just need
You're
to,
just
like,
taking it really slow.
Yeah, it just happens to suck right before we're gonna announce something really cool, and I'm over here sitting on the bench. But it's okay. It's fine.
You'll be back in no time, darling.
Yeah, there's a reason for everything, and that's what I'm trying to tell myself. I've given myself a lot of other times in other aspects of my life. Like, I've been going through a major change and, like, reorganizing my entire house, which, yeah, it was definitely needed. So maybe it was just a gift that I didn't know I needed. Yeah, do you remember your first injury? Yes. Did we learn from it? Yes. Will they happen again? Probably. That's part of the game, but it's just really appreciating every aspect of it, whether it is that you're injured or not. Like, Michelle shared this really cool thing, and it's been playing in my head every time. We're only on Earth for a blimp of time, so just make sure that you are really enjoying it and you're doing what you love, because every emotion is meant to be felt, whether it's good or bad. It's not going to last forever. So remember to feel it and let it go. Remember.
Just remember.
All right, y'all. Well, if you liked any of our conversations and you want to hear more, definitely subscribe. Either on Instagram, YouTube, TikTok. We're on all three, and we hope to catch you on the next one.